What's up, guys? Time to show off another build that'll be available in the event later today, since it's after midnight right now, Saturday morning. So those of you who have followed me from the beginning, around build 99 or 100, where I did my first Kraken, and a guy had made those. He had those on Etsy for like a couple years, just sitting there, nobody buying them. But that same guy also offered some Amphibia Frog dials, and I bought 4 Krakens from him and 4 Frog dials from him. And I slowly peppered in those Frog dials over the first 2 years I was doing custom dials. So 3 of them were gone, and I've held on to this for about 6 years. And I thought, you know what, it is time to build the final Amphibia Frog from the original guy that made my dials, and more in particular the Kraken dials. So he did those. I ordered more from him, and I ordered from him until he moved and said the new house does not provide for me doing those anymore. So that's it. So we've got an Amphibia Frog. It is a brass dial build. Gold handset there with a white second hand that just kind of gives it a nice little pop. Kind of goes with the accents. Now, the guy that made those, he primarily did Seiko builds. So that's why you're going to see the accents on there in the oval kind of style. For something that's, of course, not here. That's all right to show off, but so I did this in a brushed 170 case, so it is a little bit more robust of a case. The thing is with those, when I get those, they come with a custom crown and a custom bezel. And I have to pay for those, even though I do not use the crown, I do not use the bezel. So the only thing that's rough about that is I cannot buy those. I just basically lose the money on the bezel, and I can no longer replace the crown. Now I have a bunch of inventory of crowns, probably like 12 or 14 left. And they're slowly going away as I have to use them for the watch cases that come with the crown that I don't use. And the only time I kind of gain back is when I get to use like a Biohazard or a Kraken crown that happens to align perfectly. So these end up costing me more because the extra things. Oh, and they also come with a custom case back that I don't use. So it kind of sucks. Pay extra for that, and then I have to source parts that are kind of hard to source now. So over time, I won't be doing 170s, but I wanted to make sure I did something kind of special for this one. This is the 4th and last of this Amphibia Frog dial, and there will not be any more. So I will probably have this available for 2 events on my page, probably a Saturday and the following Saturday. And if nobody takes it, I want to make sure. I'm positive I did not keep one for myself, but no, I did not. For a while, I had one built and I had it set up to the side, but I'm just remembering from years ago. So I was like, you know what? I'll look just in case, because I have the Kraken-esque version that's very similar to this. So this is the last one. If somebody doesn't take it this weekend or next weekend, granted there's going to be 10 options. There's going to be people who are playing for it who don't win. So if you are interested in this and it does not get picked up, it's only going to be available another time before I just keep it myself. I cannot remake this. He did a form of essentially like some kind of like decoupage where he created these dials. and it was like an 11-step process, and it took a long time. And then I believe he used like a C3 superluminova loom on these, so just well put together. So put this on a smooth bezel. This is a gold PVD smooth bezel, which will fingerprint nice and easy. So as I'm touching it, now the case is brushed, but this is more of a polish, so pretty easy to fingerprint. And then this is on one of my HD straps from Mr. Twanvu. It is a 22-20 taper, nice distressed with off-white stitching. And then you've got a BVW milled caseback on the back and a little milled preview buckle. So just wanted to show this off a little bit because this is kind of a special one. Frankly, if I actually had space in my watch box, I would have not made this for my page. I would have just made it for myself and then kept it. But I'm supposed to have my watch box, my new built one, in like a week, and then I'll have perfect space for it, along with 63 friends. And I have a slew of watches I'll be building myself, probably around 10. And then as things like this get built that are super cool, especially ones that have a story behind them, they might just start making their way right into the keeper box as well. So, but probably need to look at the camera instead of just thinking and looking around. But that's the build. Now the bezel on this, it'll turn left, it'll turn right, is a tension ring bezel. It's not going to do anything regardless because there's no numbers on it, so don't worry about that. But if you feel it move, it's going to move. Because, I mean, I don't know if you can, you can see that it's moving. So, just tension ring bezel. Automatic mechanical, it's got a rotor in the back. So as you're moving, it's moving and keeping the time. But before you put it on and before you set the time, wind it just a little bit. Because if you don't have any power reserve in there and you stop moving or you're working at a desk, you could lose time for, a few seconds here and there. So pre-wind it a little bit, back the crown off the threads until you hear it and feel it clicking. At that point you can wind. It'll wind as it turns clockwise or away from you. You'll be feeling it click the whole time. Going back towards you will click as well, but that does not wind it. So I normally go back and forth. 4 or 5 seconds of that mixed with the rotor movement will keep your time throughout the day, and another 4 or 5 seconds will max out the 31-hour plus power reserve on it. You cannot overwind it. It's got a slipping mainspring, so you can sit here and wind all day. It is not a mechanical movement. Once you're happy with your winding, you're going to pull it to the one and only click, and you can now set your time. You'll notice that the seconds hand is going to keep going. It does not have a hacking movement. You'll also notice that there's a little bit of play in that crown, and that's because it is a wobble crown. So if you're pushing and prying on it, it is kind of rolling and not putting any tension on the stem into the keyless works or the movement. And then you can set your time. Alexa, what time is it? 1:26 a.m. Push it over, get it out of that time setting, and then wind it down. And that is the fourth and final Amphibia Frog build. As with every build, you're going to get complementing beads. As a reference before, this is a brush case. If you ever put a scratch in it, use the green side of a Scotch-Brite and just do single passes. Now, Scotch-Brite, you might start scratching this up, and this is polished, so I'd use a little bit of painter's tape or something and make sure it's blocked off before you do your partial. Don't go back and forth or you get a straight line. You want to do a rounded single pass, and you're basically knocking off the reflection of that scratch. The scratch is still there, but you're kind of blending it in and you're taking off that sharpness of you being able to see it. So just make sure you don't put the brush strokes into the bezel, or you're going to need to do the whole thing. But anyway, you're also going to get a BVW slider box with Atlas pillow inside. Watch is going to come with a few other things. It's going to come with watch cleaners. It's good on all glass and metal parts. Everything here in the center. Non-streaking, non-toxic, non-residue, as well as a microfiber. You're also going to get leather conditioner, though you probably will not need it for the strap. You might use it on something else. Keeps the pliability of the strap. Apply it on the front and back, let it soak in, and then kind of work it in a little bit. Use a rag or something. Don't use one of your microfibers. And then lastly, you're going to get some fine scratch remover. This is Novus 2 from Amazon, just repackaged. It is like Polywatch, and it's for your domed acrylic glass that you can scratch. If you do, you'll put a tiny bit of that on it, and you'll buff it out with your other microfiber. You will just haze it, kind of generate some heat with your thumb, doing tight, hard circles to essentially buff out that scratch. So that's it. That's the build. If it's going to you, you got something awesome. Congrats. And if you want me to build you something custom and unique, reach out and I'll see what I can do. And if you want to continue to see videos like this, like and subscribe as I put them up all the time. Thanks, guys.